These 11 solo businesses made me over $100 million in GTA Online, and today I'll review exactly how you can set them up, where number 7 made me over $50 million. The very first business which is recently added into the game is the Mackenzie Airfield Hangar. When you enter your business and go towards your laptop, you will see that there are a total of 5 setup missions that you need to complete. Where for most of these setup missions, you actually do have some pretty nice speedrun tricks. Where in the first mission, for example, you can immediately take out your sniper rifle and skip driving all the way towards that place. But the important thing is, of course, how much money you're exactly going to make with this. A lot of people do not like this business. That's because the very first time you do this, you will get $500,000, which will take you around 50 minutes to complete. Isn't the very best money method in the game. But after you completed it one time, you will be able to change it to hard mode, which will increase the price by 1.5, paying you $750,000 every single time now you do this on hard mode. Doing the heist with this information makes it definitely worth it, where most of these setup missions don't even are that long, and between some of the missions you also get some money rewarded. So if you are looking for a solo friendly business, I highly recommend you to get this one. But if you don't really like flying, where you will have to do that a lot during these missions, I recommend you to use the next business, which is the agency business. Inside of this business, we have a total of 3 money making methods to use, where the very first one is with the Dr. Dre heist. For the Dr. Dre heist, you will have to complete a total of 3 league missions, which each contain 3 missions in itself, and after that there will be a separate mission as well. So in total you do need to complete 10 setup missions, which does take a bit longer to complete. But these missions are really solo friendly and especially beginner friendly as well. They are not difficult at all, where for example with other heists, you have to carefully do it in stealth mode. With the Dr. Dre heist, you don't have to worry about that at all. Plus, the great thing is when you do the Dr. Dre heist, you will always earn $1 million exactly. Where you have no setup cost at all, this will be completely free money that you will be earning. But now, once you've completed it, there will be a short cooldown before you can start it again. However, you can actually call Franklin on your phone and request a payphone hit, which is the next money method in your agency that can get you a lot of money. When you request a job, on your map you will see this blue cell phone icon where you need to head towards, where you will then get a little task. In my case, I had to assassinate a target within 15 minutes, but you actually don't want to just assassinate him, as in the top left you will see the assassination bonus, which will give you even more money if you complete it with that as well. To the timer, you actually don't need to pay attention to that at all, because most of them you will complete in 4 minutes, where I had to use a scoped rifle and take out the target with the bulldozer, which went amazing. But eventually, when you do complete it with the assassination bonus, you will see that you've earned $45,000 for a pretty short mission, which you can complete every 10 minutes. But then there is one more money method, which is actually a passive income source in the agency, which you can get by having money added into your safe. In order to do that, you will have to complete the security contracts, where for every 5 security contracts you complete, you will get $500 automatically added into your safe. So if you do many of them, this can go up to $20,000 being added into your safe every in-game day, which does require a lot of grinding. But eventually, the only thing that you have to do is simply collect the money out of your safe, and you will get rich pretty quickly. Now, this is a great way to make money passively, but if you want to make even more money passively, you should combine it with the next method, which is by buying a asset lab business. When you did the first those missions, you will be able to buy the asset lab, where you will then also unlock the Brickade 6x6. And now, if you go into your business, you will be able to go towards mod and buy the supplies for $60,000. But the amazing thing with this business is that you don't even need to be there. You can simply call mod from anywhere on the map, and you can choose to buy these supplies right from there, where you don't even have to visit your business at all. And now eventually, when your asset lab is filled up, you will see that the product will be around $350,000. However, with these cell missions, you will always get only 1 delivery bike, which you can complete really easily solo. All of my cell missions, I have done them in a public lobby, as you can also use your ghost organization in case you want to go off the radar, where most of these missions are also pretty short. And now when you completed that in a public lobby with 20 other players, you will earn over $500,000 the easiest way possible as a solo player. But now you have to resupply your Asset Lab business again. While you're waiting for that, you should use the next money method, which is in your salvage yard, that can pay you actually a lot of money. When you go inside of this business, we have two money methods, where the first one is a active money method by going towards your computer, where you will then see a total of 3 vehicles. You will see exactly how much these vehicles will pay you, but for some of them, you will also see this red icon next to it, which means that you can actually claim this vehicle for only $10,000. So you either have the option to get the money for this car or claim this yourself for a pretty cheap price. The only thing that you have to do is pay a little setup cost of $20,000, where you then need to complete 2 missions on the bottom left, and then you also have to complete a couple of tasks that are around the map. These aren't too hard at all, and you can do this completely solo, where you can then eventually start the robbery. And in the robbery, you basically have to get your car that was shown on the screen at the beginning, which you can then bring back to your salvage yard, where you will then see this right behind you, and when you walk up towards it, you will see a total of 4 options. You're either able to sell this yourself or salvage the parts, but I always recommend you to sell this yourself, as salvaging the parts will reduce a lot of your money. Or the option that I mentioned to you previously, which is where you can claim the vehicle for only $10,000 if you own the document forgery business as well. If you don't own that, it will be $20,000, which is still a pretty cheap price to get this car. And now when you decide to sell this car, the only thing that you need to make sure of is do not crash this car, as the payment will lower. But if you didn't do that and deliver it without any scratches, you will get the exact amount and earn a lot of money with this. The only unlucky thing with this business is that there are only 3 cars every single week. So if you completed all 3 of them, you will have to wait 7 days for them to refresh again. But the nice thing with this salvage yard is that you also have a passive income source, because if you go over towards this tow truck, which you have to buy separately, you will be able to launch a tow truck service right over here. This is a pretty short mission where you simply have to go towards a car that is marked on your map, attach the hook to the car, and then the only thing that's left to do is bring this back towards your salvage yard, where you will then eventually get money added into your safe. If you want to get the most amount of money added into your safe, you need to complete a total of 4 tow truck missions, where you then have to do only 1 tow truck mission every 3 in-game days. The money that you will get for that is 24,000 every in-game day, plus for every car that you also bring back to your salvage yard, you will get around $30,000, which is some great money for that. But if you are looking for a passive business that can earn you a lot more money, you should look at the bunker business, as this can go up all the way over $1 million. But before you do that, if you go inside of your bunker, you will see the ammunition, where you can earn some quick money with this. This can be a great way to cover your supply cost, as the only thing that you need to do for this is simply go towards the ammunition that is marked on your map. It is a simple drive mission where no enemies will be spawning around you. And now when you deliver this, you will earn a quick $50,000, which you can do every 48 minutes. But the big way to earn money with this is by going to your laptop, where you then want to go towards manage staff, because if you set up this one thing incorrectly, you will lose out on a lot of money. Make sure that you choose assign staff to manufacturing, else it can also go towards research or both of them, which is something that won't get you any money at all. And now once you've done that and completely filled up your stock level, you will be able to sell this for $1,050,000 in Los Angeles, which I always recommend you to choose, no matter how much money you have. Selling it to Blaine County would just simply waste a lot of your money, as the value of it is way lower. And now when you started the mission, sometimes you can get a total of 4 vehicles, which you probably won't be able to do solo. So in order to avoid that, either sell at a lower stock value, or you can also join a new session, which will reduce some of your stock bar, but eventually when you come back, you might be lucky and get one of these tow trucks, which makes it a lot easier. Another thing that you can also do is call your cargo bob before you start this mission, so you can easily pick the vehicle up with your cargo bob. Now if you love driving, you're going to love the auto shop business, as this business is mainly surrounded around cars. Because when you go inside of your auto shop, you will see a car right on this spot, which you can either choose to purchase, but you can also sell this to a customer, which will then give you some money for it. The payout for these aren't that much, so I wouldn't recommend you doing them yourself, or even your staff members won't pay you that much either. But they do come automatically in, so if you do like driving cars, you can also decide to use them. Besides that, you can also see some random blue dots appear on your map, which are exotic export vehicles that you need to deliver to a certain location. You will see them all on this board, which vehicles they exactly are, where you can also get some money from that. But these payouts aren't too much, because the biggest way how you can actually make money inside of this game with the auto shop business is by going towards this planning board, where you will be able to launch different type of contracts. By far the best contract that you can launch is the Union Depository contract, as this takes you only around 20 minutes, where you can earn $300,000 for a pretty fun mission as well. You do also have a bunch of other contracts that you can complete, which will pay you a bit less money. But the nice thing for these contracts are that you only have to complete 2 setup missions, where you will then be able to go straight into the finale. But if you're looking for a business where you need to do less work yourself, you should go towards your nightclub business, where you can set up your warehouse management. If you go towards your computer, which is right at this place, go towards your warehouse management section, where you will see a total of 5 technicians. These 5 technicians, you can assign them to these options below, which are actually correlated to one of your businesses in the game. So for example, the South American imports is linked to your white lockup. So if you own that business, you will be able to assign a technician to this option, which will then source crates for you in the background, where you have to do exactly nothing. The only thing that you need to do is sell this when it is completely filled up, which will be almost $2 million. Where the amazing thing is that you will only get one sell vehicle that you can also do in a public lobby if you want to take the risk for it. But then, besides that, you also have a nightclub save, which is the #1 best passive income source in the entire game. The nightclub save will give you $50,000 every 48 minutes if you have the nightclub popularity bar filled up all the way. It is really simple to do that, as if you go inside of your business, you will see sometimes this blue dot or another blue icon. Simply go towards that place, where in my case I simply have to kick out this troublemaker, which will fill up my popularity bar and also get me a quick $10,000, which is a great way to complete your popularity bar filled up all the way. Now, while this is making you money in the background, you should use the hangar business, as this is an active business where you can make a lot of millions with. For your hangar business, you have to go towards your computer, where in the source section, you will be able to source a bunch of different crates. These are pretty simple missions, but the amazing thing is, for a certain amount of crates, you will get a bonus percentage added on top of it, where in the bottom right now for me, it is already at $1.1 million, where I have a 30% bonus with it. The more crates you collect, the higher the bonus will get, where you can also go down towards this place and let this guy also source some crates for you. Eventually, when it is filled up, you can sell this, where I recommend you to do this on land, which in my opinion is a really great business. But doing these sell missions over and over again can get pretty boring. That's why you should get one of the 2 best MC businesses, which are the White Lockup and the Blue Lab. These are the top 2 best MC businesses, and they work the exact same way. You simply have to go towards your computer, where you then need to buy supplies, which will be automatically turned into product. Do keep in mind, if your product bar is filled up all the way, it can take a pretty long time for these sell missions, as you're able to get a total of 4 of them. But if you sell it when it is halfway or earlier, you will be completely fine. Now, the #1 best money method in the entire game is the Kosetka business, where you will easily earn over $1 million every single time you do this as a solo player. The setup missions are quite easy, and the heist itself doesn't require you that much to do. However, a lot of people do get spotted while they are doing the Cape Rico heist. That's why in this video, I've exactly shown you which guards you should take down and which one you should never kill, so you complete this easily as a solo player.